Okay, so this is gonna be my last one for the night. Then I'm gonna go to bed. But anyways, some of the other stuff that I went through. That's really stupid that I went through. Anyways, um, like I remember. Let me try to think of something real quick. Like some of the arguments, I'm surprised like police didn't get called a lot sooner than before, because there'd be times I would be screaming so loud, running outside, running up the road, trying to get away, and he would get me every fucking time. He would drag me by my hair into the house, kick me, whatever. I'd be so fucking exhausted, and just I knew once I get in the house, I was not getting back out. And as soon, like, he just beat my ass all the way up until I got in the house, pretty much. And like, so many times was scary. Like, one of the times he like grabbed me and I really could not breathe, and he was squeezing really fucking hard and was quite a bit of time. Like, I don't really remember how I got him off me that time, but that was one of the times I was scared because I really could not breathe. Any other time I was able to breathe, but he had me so tight around my throat that I could not breathe. But um, you can just see in his eyes like nobody's there. Like, you're really looking at a monster. He would always tell me he had nothing to lose, and I believe it because he is definitely facing a lot of time. Um, so I believed it. The time that he had me behind the couch with the knife was one of the scariest times, because you can just see it in his eyes. Like, he would really, my life. He was just so serious. He was like, could not wait for the police to walk in the house. So, like, I was ready to kick him. I was ready to do whatever I could. I was stuck. I was trapped. I was trapped behind my couch because it was a sectional and it was like in the corner, and it didn't fit in the corner because of the sectional, so it's rounded. So there was that spot behind the couch, and there was no getting nowhere. I was stuck. I couldn't get behind the couch. I couldn't get no further underneath the couch. He was just on top, looking down at me with a knife, looking at the window, looking at the door, just waiting for somebody to come in. I didn't know if anybody was coming. So, and I was like, I really hope nobody is coming, because like, he was dead serious. He's like, I'm going to mess you up. I'm going to F your life off before they get me. And I'm going to make sure of it. I was scared. There was one time he picked up a sword, come at me with it. Oh, dude, like, talk about, like, I screamed, and then he just kept coming closer, and I was like, I'll stop. I promise I'll stop. Please stop. I will stop. And I would just sit there. I say nothing, and then eventually I would just sit there and cry myself to sleep. Yeah, but the whole, like, him holding me hostage in the house, pretty much just what he was doing. He was holding me hostage, wouldn't let me leave. And I remember, like, towards the end, like, I could not stand that part. I remember saying, like, I cannot stand this shit. I cannot stand this. I hate you. I cannot wait to get the fuck away from you. I cannot stand this shit. I cannot stand this. This is so stupid that I'm sitting here doing this right now. You were sitting here holding me and threatening me to hit me with whatever. Like, I hate it. I could not stand it. But in the end, when I wasn't around him for like a week or so, and I was able to come down from him, like, it's like my mind switched. Once it was able to rest, it flipped a switch, and it was not going back up there to be on that fight or flight, whatever the hell, because that's what I try to get out. Like, if you could stay away for a good, I'm gonna say 2 weeks, no contact, your mind will come down and it will not go back up. Because I remember the last few arguments we had, I did not get worked up. And that's what he could not stand. That's what would make him so worked up, trying to work me up. And I would say everything in me, as calm as I am right now. And I would say it I can just feel it when I said what I said, how I said it, what I said to him. Every ass whooping in the end was worth it. I got to say what I wanted to say, and I said it without even getting worked up. I just ball up after that. But it flipped a switch, because then again, I feel like I had nothing to lose, because there was nothing in me to give a fuck, or even he was going to do whatever regardless. So there's no point in getting worked up, no point in feeding into it, no giving him that drug, which was me. So, like, any other time, like, I would go, he was outside and I would go inside from arguing, he's like, go in that house, that's what you do. I would turn right back around and sit the fuck down. In the end, after all that, I'd go in the house, fuck him. I'd go in the house, go straight to bed. What'd he do? Nothing. That's exactly what he did. He'd leave, or he'd fucking come in there and lay down. Yep. I was like literally nothing in me. All he could sit there and say is the most horrible shit when he did see me. He's doing so much better without me. Then why the fuck are you here fucking with me? You abandoned us. You don't give a fuck that our water pump's fucked up. You didn't give a fuck about helping me with that? Nope, did not. Didn't give a fuck. I was like, yeah, didn't give a fuck. Didn't give a fuck if we needed anything. In the end, I was practically begging for necessities like toilet paper, tampons. I stopped asking him. I just asked my mom. Because I'm not going to beg a motherfucker for shit. And that's what it was coming to. I was literally begging for stuff like that. Stuff I really needed, like soap and tampons, especially tampons. Like, I eventually just stopped asking him completely and just asked my mom every month. Because I was not going to beg. I was already feeling savage life as is, because I stopped fucking giving a fuck. I stopped cleaning. I stopped doing anything because of him. And I stopped giving a fuck about myself. Like, I was looking at videos of me back then when I was still there, and looking at me now and how much I've changed since then. Like, I've come a long way, whether I want to believe it or not. I've really come a long fucking way since then. I've gained 30 fucking pounds, over the 20 pounds that I wanted to gain. I've gained 30 fucking pounds. I'm actually getting out and doing stuff. I'm actually doing stuff with my kids. I'm actually living life like it's supposed to. I'm actually smiling. I'm actually laughing. I'm actually being myself as much as I can be. But I can joke. I can just be me without being criticized. Like, I couldn't make a joke. I couldn't be smiling, period, because that motherfucker would just destroy it. There was no smiling. I was always crying. I was always down and out, and I always was just mad all the time. That's not the way to live. I'll never live like that again. But anyways, this is the last part for today, because I'm going to go to bed this late. But I hope this helps people like me think about the situation they're in, and helps others that don't understand, and people who do understand can relate, that you're not alone. And that's what I'm going for. I'll never be quiet. I'm going to continue telling my story, even though it's all over the place. But that's because it's hard to sit there and start from the beginning and then work it out. So it's going to be all over the place, because I can't. There's no way I can start from the very beginning and start going in. I can just start wherever I remember and then work from there, or talk about something and then go into it. But yeah, it definitely was not like that in the beginning, and it was very real for me, and it was very real to my kids in the end. Nobody will understand what I went through, so I try to tell it, and I will not be quiet. I will not be silent about it. I'm going to continue doing it.